Okay, I'm sat down, I'm ready. Did you think new makeup releases was a one-time occasion for last week? Think again. We are at it again with another new makeup releases, and this time we have so many things to talk about, including my own brand. Singe Beauty is releasing a new collection, Blem Bunny is sneak peeking a new collection, there's a new influencer brand on the horizon, and Colourpop seems to be doing all the Twilight movies, now we have another one, and Tom Ford is coming to Ulta, and there's a collab between Olive Young and Sephora. That was not on my bingo card. Welcome to this week's new makeup releases, where we chat about the new makeup that's been released, announced, a sneak peek. I'm gonna let you know my thoughts about this. I'm gonna give you some insider information, and we're gonna talk about some business news that are happening as well. It is almost a weekend, and I know for a lot of you, this is how you start your weekend, so I'm very excited to be part of that routine. Before we get into the new makeup releases, let's hear it from this week's sponsor. I'm so excited to let you know that today's video is sponsored by Factor. I am such a big Factor fan. Factor delivers fresh, never frozen, dietitian approved, chef crafted meals straight to your door. Super convenient and perfect for someone like me that is on a quest to eat less takeout. It is no secret that I am no fan of cooking. I'm no fan of going to the grocery store, meal planning, cooking. I don't like any of it. But a couple of years ago, me and my husband made a decision to stop eating so much takeout. And Factor has definitely helped with us curbing our need for takeout, because I live a busy life, my husband works a lot, and sometimes you just don't feel like cooking. With Factor, you can enjoy 100+ rotating weekly options to choose from. Everything from meals that you heat in the microwave that are done in 2 minutes, to salads, shakes, juices, or different snack options. Everything you could possibly need to live a healthier life with less takeout. It gives me the option to have something tasty, nutritional, and quick to eat, and keeps me and my husband from ordering a lot of takeout. It also keeps us from having to plan all of these meals all the time. Who knew adulthood was all about planning for meals, buying for meals, cooking the meals, and then doing it all again? Not only does Factor have so many things to choose from eating dinner, eating lunch, having breakfast, having snacks, they also have so many different plans to choose from. Everything will fit your needs. I am on a vegetarian diet, so is my husband, and there are so many options to choose from, but they also have keto, high protein, low calorie. There are so many different things that you can be choosing that fits not only your taste buds, but also your goals. So head to factor75.com or click the link below and use code AngelicaFB50 to get 50% off your first Factor box plus free breakfast for 1 year. That's code AngelicaFB50 at factor75.com to get 50% off plus free breakfast for a year. Offers only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase. If nothing else, go to Factor's website and check out all the different options they have. Check out the menu for this week. They have so many different things to choose from. I love using Factor. I love stocking up my fridge with Factor, so I'm so excited to be working with Factor again. Don't forget to check them out. And thank you so much, Factor, for coming back and sponsoring another video on my channel. Oh, and I did film this look with, let me scoochie, the new collection by Singe Beauty. This is what I'm wearing today. I feel like I have been not so subtly hinting about this collection for quite some time, but it is finally here. And I am wearing the palette today. I love the 3D of the packaging. I just think it's so cute, and I am wearing a bunch of the teal options and a bunch of the dark options down here. Really loving it. And I'm wearing the classic Cloudberry blush on my cheeks. That's what I'm having. We are releasing 4 new blushes in the same Evocative Silk blush formula as before. You wanted some cool tones, you wanted some purples, and I also decided to do this neutral blush because I do have a darker brown blush, so I wanted to have a lighter brown blush as well. These are all releasing, including the palette, today. Ding, 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 ding. It's releasing today on Friday, noon Central Time, and I am so thrilled. The palette is still $45. I am beyond proud that I'm able to hold my prices where they are. I feel like it's very good competitive prices, and I'm very proud of where we are because I also love the packaging that we have, and the blushes are still $18 as well. We will be changing the blush bundle on the website to be the same as the lip liner bundle, where you can build your own bundle with blushes, pick whatever 3 colors you want, and you will get a discount on the bundle. I am so excited about offering that as well because I've been really getting good feedback on the build your own bundles, and I hope to be able to include more build your own bundles in the future because I know that you have some stuff that you have been suggesting. I also did say in the release video that's already already live on my channel, and try to remember and leave it down below where you can see even more swatches, two more eye looks than this right here, and here even more like details about this, that the Paisley Hoot was low on stock, but actually did sell out of Paisley Hoot. So technically right now we are out of stock of Paisley Hoot, but I did ask the warehouse to do a little bit of a spot count to see, are we actually out or do we have a few laying in a box somewhere, because usually you withdraw a couple when you put it in, because stuff always happens with stock. If we find any extra, I will put it on the website and I will announce that on Instagram, so don't forget to follow Singe Beauty on Instagram, and I will restock Paisley Hoot. It just will take a little bit of time because actually producing a palette does take some time, but hang in there. I will restock Paisley Hoot, but it will happen in a bit. But thank you so much for the positive feedback, and thank you so much for all the kind words about this collection. I am really proud of this. I'm really excited to be having this. So this one is launching today. Super excited. I cannot wait to hear what you think about it. The next thing I want to talk about is the sneak peeks that we've been seeing from Blend Bunny. I love the creativity of Blend Bunny. I am so excited, and they had been changing their logo because what they always do that ahead of a launch. I always love when they do that, and they were showing pink and red, and I was like, okay, I'm ready. And then they were showing this picture here, and it turns out that they are collaborating. Let me double check so that I am not lying to you, because it was a tattoo artist, and I went in and looked at their work, and their work was chef's kiss, absolutely amazing. Chanel Diabla. Yes, Chanel Diabla is the account, and it is a tattoo artist based in LA, and they are doing something devil inspired. And thinking about how the logo looks, I'm thinking maybe red and pink. I mean, I love a red and pink. I cannot wait to see what this is. They did also restock the Rotten palette that was sold out, which was their collab with May Pang, so definitely check that out as well. I do have a code with Blend Bunny. You can get 10% off the website with code Agnieszka. I always leave all my codes and links and all the information about all the things that I'm talking about down in the description box, so don't forget to check that out. If anything's available, I'll also pop it up in the YouTube shopping. Let's also then talk about the new brand. This is Millie Bad to the Brow that is launching her own brand that is called Starborn, and she is launching with a palette. And I gotta tell you, when I saw the palette, I was like, this isn't what I thought that Bad to the Brow was going to release, because Bad to the Brow is known for her, because she did a collab with Clionadh that was an all shimmer palette. She's known for her, you know, breakdown of like really like shifty shades. That's what she does, like multi-chromes and stuff like that. So when she released this palette, I was pleasantly surprised, because when I heard she was releasing a brand, I was like, oh no, we are gonna get all shimmer palettes, which a lot of people love, but it's not my favorite. But instead we get this. This is a grungy palette with 4 shimmers, and I think it's like 8 mattes. Or is it 6 mattes? No, 8 mattes. And it's nowhere what I thought we were gonna see, and I mean that in the best way possible, because again, I was afraid that it was gonna be another shimmer palette, and I am so happy to see this. I am extremely swamped right now, and I will talk more about this in the future, and you'll know why, but I just cannot pick up any other things. So someone actually sent this to me, and they're like, are you gonna review it? And I said, you know what, I'll pick up the second palette, because I just do not have time right now. Do not have time to do any of this, but I think it looks really pretty. I am excited as well, because a lot of people were saying that it was not that like very emollient, you know, that shimmer formula that swatches like a dream but creases in 30 minutes. Yeah, both me and Millie share a love-hate relationship with that kind of a shade. So I've heard that this is more of a drier shimmer formula. If you know anything about my brand Singe Beauty, it is that I have formulated the shades especially for more hooded eyes, so that we don't get the kind of creasing that I always get with those emollient shades. They're so beautiful, but then they crease. And this supposedly is a different formula, and I am excited about trying that. I just do not have the time right now. This one is called the Nascent, if I'm not totally mistaken. When is this launching? This is launching. Oh, it is also launching today. It is $47 for 12 pans, and they are magnetic. So that's exciting. You saw some swatches here as well. So hopefully she has a really great launch. I hope her launch is amazing. Also, thank you so much for people who said happy birthday to me. Actually, today is my birthday as you're seeing this. January 23rd is my birthday. I'm a late Aquarius. I don't know much about zodiacs. I always say like I don't believe in zodiacs, and then people say like, oh, how very Aquarius of you. So Apparently, I am very much an Aquarius, but yeah, the launch is happening on my birthday, both for Millie's brand and for my brand. Very, very exciting. Oh my god, we need to talk about the Colourpop Eclipse. So I have a PR package from Colourpop coming in. I still haven't done anything with the Valentine's collection. A lot of you wanted me to do something with that. If I have the possibility, I will put that in my several indie looks with several palettes. If I have the possibility, this is actually the one that I have on today is the third or the fourth look that I'm filming, because I have done the Bella Beauté Bar and Deandra Nicole. I have done the Gourmande girls. Is this the third look maybe? I'm forgetting something. Anyways, maybe I'll include it there. But they have released the Colourpop Eclipse. Is this the last movie or is this the second to last movie? Because I know there were 3 books but 4 movies. Are they going to do 4 palettes? I'm not 100% sure, but this palette, according to me, is an expanded Darth Vader palette. They did that before, and that one had great quality, like amazing quality. You know, this isn't my favorite color story, you know, with the cool tones. A pop of red is always nice though, and I will say, Colourpop, when they do a good matte red, they do a good matte red. So I am actually really excited about that. It is a Super Shock highlighter. There are some jelly matte shadows. There are some lippy sticks, lippy pencil kits. I love their lippy sticks. Then there is a powder to cream lipstick, which sounds interesting. I feel like they are trying out the formula. Okay, this is not even a good prediction because I would be so surprised if this doesn't happen, but I can almost promise you that Colourpop will come out with more of those powder to cream lipsticks throughout 2026, maybe a full line. I'm just saying that's probably gonna happen. And then there is a palette that like I said, it seems to be a gray and cool tone neutrals. I think there is a duochrome with a little bit of an almost red shift, which seems very interesting. So like I said, this one is being sent to me. I think I have a Colourpop PR package coming. I usually get every release. There's usually like 1 or 2 every quarter that I don't get, but maybe this will be the one, you never know. But usually with these big releases and the collabs, they usually send it out to everyone. I do have a code with Colourpop. My code is SINGE, and you can get 10% off at the website. They sometimes have some exclusions, but you can always try it out at the website and see if you can get some money off. This is the one that I almost forgot. DeDe Signature is releasing a palette, and she was putting up a sneak peek, and it seems to be Sweetheart something. Oh my god. Sweetheart Secrets? Sweetheart Secrets. Oh my, it's like Sweethearts and Secrets. It was, oh my god. The caffeine was working overtime right there. There's going to be a new palette. I've known about this for a while because I did see a PR package, like a label being created, and I was seeing it in my shop app. I'm like, okay, DeDe, what are you up to? So I'm very excited to see what this is going to be. There are so many intriguing Valentine's releases right now. So if you are into pink eyeshadows, there is so many to choose from. This one, like I said, is being revealed soon. You can use my code Angelica with DeDe Signature and get 10% off. You can also use my code Angelica over at Gourmande Girls, and they have released this palette this week. This one, like I said, I did do a look with this one, and it is so cute. This is the Bleeding Hearts. I will say Christina is always so good at creating color stories for Valentine's that are just not the typical sweet pinky. Like, she will do something with an edge. She will do something that's a little bit like, you know, a little bit more dramatic. Last year was Bitten. This year it is a Bleeding Hearts. The palette is stunning. I really like the look that I did. And yeah, I cannot wait for you to see that. I still haven't swatched this palette, so I don't have any swatches to show you, but I did take a really cute picture of it, and that's what you're seeing here. Did I buy anything myself? Because I don't feel like I did. I don't feel like I did. Oh, Clionadh. Speaking of Clionadh, Clionadh is doing a sale. This is a New Year's sale, and this is happening on January 27th. So that's going to be next week. I will put the exact times down below, and it is ending on February 2nd. And always with Clionadh, you can stack my code Angelica on top of the sale prices and get even more of a discount. And they will have so many discounts. They will have 30% off the Fruit Lighter highlighters. They will have 30% off the Dragon Fruit palette. They will have 20% off the Palea, Archeo, and Oceano palettes. There's going to be 20% off Deep Sea Treasures, both the palette and the singles. There's going to be 20% off on the Topper of the World palette. That one is so beautiful. There's 20% off Quaz, and there's 15% off the Stained Glass collection, both bundles and singles. And again, you can stack an affiliate on top of that. They're also having 15% off the Light Scatters palette, which is the collab with Millie Bad for the Brow. And they're also having discounts on accessories and nail polishes. And the sale excludes the new launches, which was the palette that they released a while ago. But dang, they're having a really good sale. So definitely, if you're interested in anything Clionadh, I would say make a list, write down your favorite influencer's code, and see if you can snag any of the goodies. Now they're having so many discounts. I saw this palette and immediately I thought my friend Heather is gonna fall over dead for this palette. Like, she's gonna die. So this is a first look at the Spring 2026 palette by Byredo, and this looks really pretty and very light. I feel like we have talked about this before, but this I think is the first time we're actually like seeing pictures showing how light and kind of bright it is. I have never bought any of these. But if you didn't know, Byredo is a Swedish brand. I love their fragrances, and I have been at both their flagship store in Stockholm, and I've been at their counter at NK in Stockholm, and I've swatched their eyeshadows, and I've firmly realized this is not the formula for me. I want a dead matte formula, and that's not what these are. These are a high quality, beautiful luxury formula, which is not, I'm not looking for that kind of like, you know, the slight sheen, sparkly luxury eyeshadows. It is just way too sparkly, way too shiny to be a palette for me. I know that people who love Byredo eyeshadows, but I just don't think that they will be for me, especially not after swatching. You know, you like what you like, and I don't think there's been a single like luxury eyeshadow that I've ever been into except the Prada quads. I actually really like that. A lot of people were really up in arms about this, and I said 2026 is going to be the year of reformulations, and Estee Lauder is reformulating Double Wear. I actually think that regardless if this is done because of EU regulations forcing some brands to reformulate products because some ingredients are being banned, I still think, don't come for me, I still think it was time to reformulate Double Wear. Because you might think that something is a staple and something is great, but it doesn't mean that it's selling. It can still be an iconic product and at the same time be stale and not sell and just collect dust. Those are not always the same thing. And there probably is a bunch of people that still love Double Wear, that swears by Double Wear and keeps repurchasing Double Wear, but it is old by now, and I would think that most people who really love Double Wear probably has ventured out and maybe during these years found another favorite or something that they like as much, or at least is curious enough to want to try some new foundations because there are so many coming out. So I actually think that this foundation was due for a little bit of a refresh, and I really think that reformulating this foundation, regardless if it is because of ingredients or if it is because it might be, I'm not saying it is, it might be a little bit stale in sales, I think it is a great idea to spark people's interest again and to get people to return to the Double Wear and be like, is this as good as I remember it being? Because can you imagine the amount of influencers that are gonna do videos being like, is this as good as it used to be? I can tell you right now, your feed's gonna be cluttered. There's been a lot of talk of like 2016 makeup, and I mean, nobody's more excited than me, and I've even talked about it here. But you know what I think is the most exciting thing, and I don't know if you caught this. But Too Faced jumped in discussion. I was like, oh, 2016, you say, do you remember this? And they put up this picture that was the old Sweet Peach palette, and then they put a blurred picture saying 2016 versus 2026. I think Too Faced is trying to relaunch themselves. They're like rebranding themselves, and they're gonna do a relaunch of a peach collection. I honestly think that this is probably, I can almost promise you, this is the most popular collection products that Too Faced has ever released. And I don't know if it's enough to get people excited about them, because it has been rumors that Estee Lauder is looking to sell Too Faced, getting rid of some stale brands. But yeah. Maybe, now that everyone is so excited about 2016, maybe this being relaunched is exactly what people are looking for. There's also been some new products released from Natasha Denona. And if you order from Natasha Denona's website, you can use code Unleashia there as well and get some money off. And she's released her blush formula, which I love. I think it is an awesome cream blush formula that I can wear. I can build it on top of powder. I can put powder over. It doesn't break up. It doesn't create any holes in my makeup. I can use it on its own or mix them together. I just think I love this formula. I think it's absolutely amazing, and they are releasing 2 more colors, because I would say that that is my biggest complaint with these blushes, is that all of them are pretty similar to each other. So they have released a lilac one and a more nudie one, and if you know anything about me, you know that those are the shades that I'm releasing too. So clearly those are kind of shades that I'm into. I was first contemplating buying both of them, but I reeled it in and I did buy the lilac one, and I also bought one of the glosses. I talked about that last week, that I had a cool tone beige gloss from Natasha Denona that I really loved, and I got rid of it because it was old, so I decided to buy this one instead. And then they're releasing 2 new shades in their lip liners. So I got the lilac blush and I got one of the glosses, and I actually think it's being delivered today. I'm gonna film, hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm gonna film tomorrow a trying new makeup, because I did actually get the new Charlotte Tilbury concealer, and Makeup Revolution sent me their new foundation. I have some other things as well. Oh, I have the new Tarte, like the little cookie blush. Oh my god, I am so excited about these items, and I really, really hope I love all of it, because I'm very excited about it. But I gotta say, that blush looks really beautiful, and I really want to mix and match that one together with my blushes as well. I just think they look absolutely delicious. We've also been able to see some products from Tirtir. I don't talk a lot about Tirtir. See, this is the thing. You can't know and love and try every brand out there, because you're just gonna be like, you're just gonna be so overwhelmed. So I've been trying to like limit myself a little bit. Tirtir is one of those brands that really blew up, and since then have started releasing a lot of products. So they are releasing the Prism Highlighter Duo, and again, I think these look really, really beautiful. I think they look stunning. So there are 3 different shades, and it seems to have, 2 shades in a compact, one of them being a lilac. It's really, really pretty. And then there is a cream blush as well. This is a Mood Glider lip and blush stick. 1 swipe, lip and cheeks perfected. It says that it's a transparently seeps into skin, softly slides into clear layers of color, restoring liveliness to your look through a multi-use stick. Skin-like hybrid texture through a 75% naturally derived formula. Why do we keep saying that? Arsenic is natural. Plutonium is natural. Like, asbestos is natural. It doesn't mean anything. Ugh. It says it's going to keep your skin glowy without stickiness. I guess that's amazing. But yeah, right now, I'm not in the mood to try more things from Tirtir. But, you know, things can change. Summer Fridays really got a hit with their like squeezy lip balms, and after that they've released a cream blush, and now they are going strong and they are releasing more lip products, and it seems to be a soft line lip liners and a flushed lip stains. I don't want any more of those stained lip liners. I don't think they look good. I think they look harsh. I don't think you can smudge them. I don't like them at all. The other lip liners look really, really pretty. I'll try and see if I can put up some swatches that you can see. But overall, I think it looks really fun. And it's interesting to see, because we have seen some skincare brands trying to get into makeup, and I don't know if anyone's ever succeeded. I know Sunday Riley tried. They did not succeed. I know that Glow Recipe is trying. I don't know if they're succeeding. Do you know of a brand that successfully went from skincare into makeup this decade? I mean, I'm sure that Estee Lauder started with skincare, but like this decade, when we have so many brands, when like it's so oversaturated, I can't think of any right now, but I'm sure there are any. Let me know. There's also been a new concealer release, and this one is the Hydro Grip 12-Hour Hydrating Gel Stick Concealer from Milk Makeup. Stick concealer, you say? That's very interesting and very bold of you to do. All over concealer stick with buildable coverage that covers redness, blah, 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 blah. It says this is more like covering. I'm wondering if they're using this under the eyes too, or if this is more like a stick concealer, like spot concealing. I'm intrigued because I will say during the summer, I was all about just a little concealer and no foundation. And I feel like maybe this could be that for me if I get it in a little bit of a darker shade instead of my concealer shade. So I am intrigued, but I don't think I'm gonna run out and buy it. Let's put it like that. Oh, also, Ladybug Glow has released their palette that's called Grunge Resolution. It is gonna be in the Ice Cream Beauty box, but it is also available on their website, and you can get it right now. Honestly, I'm really enjoying, again, you know I love a good periwinkle moment, but I'm loving the bright colors together with the more grungy colors. I think the shimmers look incredible. I'm very intrigued to see them like relaunch and rebrand themselves, because I know that they disappeared for a while, but now they're back. And I'm excited to see it. Oh, I forgot to mention this in the beginning. You might have wanted to know this, but POV Beauty by Michaela is releasing 2 new products. One of them is the Snatch It Face Ampoule, and the other one is the Snatch It Eye Serum. So this is a PDRN powered treatment for face and eyes, and PDRN is known in Korean skincare for its ability to lift and enhance elasticity at the foundation level. This is developed in collaboration with top Korean chemists, and we are among the first US brands to formulate. Oh, it is salmon. Oh, is this a treatment that my friend Sam got when she was in Korea? When she was injecting like the Sam sperm? Don't demonetize me. Is that this? Is that this? Wait, I'm excited. This is available now. Wait, can I buy this? I'm intrigued. Listen, a little firmness. Although I will say my skin's been looking really nice lately, so maybe I shouldn't be complaining. But yeah, exciting to see them release more skincare products. Again, this is also one of those brands where I am like, I don't know what this brand wants to be. Do you want to be skincare or do you want to be makeup? I have a sneaking suspicion that this brand is going to try and be both, and maybe they will succeed at it, even though I heard that people didn't like the makeup products that they released. So yeah, it will be interesting to see where this is going in the future. I have never tried this brand, but these blushes look so cute. Let me know if you like this brand. Let me know if you've tried it. This is Unleashia, and they are releasing blushes. We have captured the bouncy feel of raw waffle dough. The what in the chat GPT is that? We have captured the bouncy feel of raw waffle dough. As a Swede, waffle is just dough's liquid. I'm guessing it's a different waffle. Different waffle with our Unleashia signature shine. Ooh, so it has some shine to it? Okay. It's not a powder, it's not a cream, it's dough. Bro, I don't know about that one, okay? Okay. The glazed finish. Imagine a generous pour of glossy syrup over a fluffy waffle. What is up with the waffles? What prompt did you get, ChatGPT? Because I have questions. Nobody wants to look like they have syrup on. The dough-like texture melts into your skin. Oh my. I don't know. I'm sure it's great, but what on earth? What possessed you to describe your product like this? Because I want to say I have questions, but like, I have concerns. There's also a new product coming from Makeup Forever, and this says it is an artist liquid color matte multi-purpose product. I gotta say, I am very intrigued, or like maybe like fascinated to see that Makeup Forever is staying so true to their makeup artist roots. They're coming out with a lot of things that makeup artists would have in their kits. Loose sparkly powders. They're coming up with these multi-purpose products. I'm intrigued to see it. And a lot of people will probably say, oh, you can't use a spatula like that if you're a makeup artist. Sure you can. You would either depot it into a palette, or you would use it on a palette or a spatula like a plastic or a ceramic like tile on the side. That's definitely possible. You just won't use the dough foot on your hand. You'll use it on the clean. You get it. I'm just saying it's definitely possible. It's very, very exciting. And it says 18 shades. And the shades are like 001, 602, 314, 270. They're sticking to their guns. And I gotta say, I am kind of intrigued about it. I just don't know what this is. Like what finish it is, so I kind of need to, like, it's one of those things where I kind of need to swatch it. Maybe it's fantastic, maybe It's not fantastic? Listen, I gotta know. I saw this picture and I was like, okay, Chanel, this is cute, like light blue for spring. There's this lipstick that seems to be like an icy blue kind of a thing as well. I'm like, okay, with the blue highlighter. And then I saw the swatches of the eyeshadows. What on earth? Whoever like posted that picture, straight to jail. Absolutely not. Who swatched that? Is that like an official picture? I hope not. I hope this is like a warehouse worker that stole these behind the scenes and these pictures are taken in like the lavatory, because like what on earth are those swatches? Like I've had like actual plastic that's swatched better than that. Like I could build a palette from Lego and have it swatched better than that. What? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And you probably want like $120 for it. Insanity. Again, straight to jail. Now, let's talk about the fact that Tom Ford is coming to Ulta. I don't even think I've seen Tom Ford at Sephora lately. Like, I don't think that they've been there at all. They had a while there where they weren't releasing much at all, and I guess they're back to releasing stuff again. And it says, rumor has it, Tom Ford Beauty is coming to Ulta. I will say, every time there's been a rumor like this, it has been true. So I'm just gonna assume that it is happening. Their fragrance are available, but makeup is next, coming soon. Ulta is just reorganizing their entire store, and I do think that there are some brands that are a little stale at Ulta that probably are heading out, and I'm excited to see which ones those are. I don't know if they're going to be in store, but I mean, listen, if they have Chanel and Dior in store, there is no reason why they couldn't have Tom Ford in store. But that is a expensive endeavor as well to just stock that many stores, but it is an interesting rumor for sure. And then of course we have the rumor that Sephora is having a partnership with Korean beauty retailer Olive Young. There has been rumors in the corridors for quite some time that Olive Young is coming to the United States. Olive Young is, if I'm not mistaken, the biggest like beauty retailer store with physical stores in Korea, and they are immensely popular. And it seems like the way that they are coming to the United States and also to other countries in other Asian countries is through a Sephora partnership. So Sephora has announced a partnership with Olive Young, bringing Korea's largest beauty retailer assortment into Sephora stores, physical stores in North America and Southeast Asia. The partnership, which rolls out in store and online in fall of 2026, will see Olive Young displays pop up in 650 Sephora doors in the US and Canada, as well as all of the retailers' 48 doors across Thailand, Hong Kong, Malaysia, and Singapore. This initiative will also expand into the Middle East, UK, and Australia in 2027. Nothing about Sweden. Nothing about France. I mean, Sephora is French. Maybe K-Beauty isn't as possible there. This is very, very intriguing because when the rumors started that Olive Young was going to come to North America, I think most people thought that they were going to open their own stores. But launching a full retail adventure like that is extremely expensive and extremely risky because you never know if people are going to be that interested. So having an Olive Young shop in shop or an Olive Young like counters inside of Sephora with like the best of like K-Beauty will really enable them to shift through stock quicker, not have to have full gondolas of each brand and only stock the things that are trending right now and are the best sellers from each brand, and not have to have everything maybe that a brand offers. They won't have to like just flush it out with all of these products, and instead they can just focus in on the best ones. And it also gives, again, all of these customers in other countries a taste of what Olive Young is all about. I think it's very intriguing. I'm actually really intrigued to see this kind of a collab because it is truly two giants coming together, not as one brand, but as a collab between the two. I'm extremely excited to see what this is, and I honestly think if they do this right, it can be great. Okay, this is a special announcement. I'm back, okay? I'm back. I'm put out the lights again. Guys, Cover FX, oh my god, Cover FX is closing down. Cover FX is closing down. They just posted, and I was able to catch it before I sat down to actually edit. I think my makeup is still looking the same. My hair is looking even more greasy than before. To our incredible Cover FX community, thank you for more than 20 years of love, loyalty, and beauty without compromise. As the beauty industry faces new challenges from tariffs to shifting global markets, we made the heartfelt decision to begin winding down Cover FX business. While this chapter closes, our gratitude for this community and the impact we made together will always remain. As part of this transition, our team will no longer be monitoring or replying to messages in our Cover FX inboxes. You can still shop our favorite products on coverfx.com or Amazon while supplies last. Listen, they're doing a fire sale. I bet you that they are going to start having really big sales really soon. Wait, can we look at the website? I'm not surprised. I feel like Cover FX is one of those brands. When I say this, you're probably like, oh, I thought they closed years ago. They really tried to come back. They never really had a hit like with those dual blushes that they did and the liquid highlighters that they did. They were never able to catch the audience again like with that. And as with Becca, the products that they were getting hyped by are not products that people repurchase. Those Cover FX drops, you bought those, you still have them, you can put them in your will. They are too pigmented to be able to last for that long. They also had those pigment drops. I remember buying those in 2015, 2016. I was in New York with my ex, so it was a long time ago. So it was probably in 2015, 2016. I don't know, but those were a long time ago. Let's look at the website and let's see. Also, when they relaunched Complexion products, it was clear that they were having money problems because they were relaunching products with lesser shade range, which again, a shade range doesn't have to be 100 shades, but it becomes very obvious that maybe they shouldn't keep doing complexion products if they are relaunching something that used to have a bunch of shades and now they're relaunching with a very limited range. Maybe they should just focus on other things that people buy. Make the best mascara on the market. Maybe a concealer, because a concealer is less pricey to produce, because it is less pricey to produce a small component than a big one, and you don't have to have as many shades as with a foundation. Or maybe like powder, because I feel like they had great powder. Yeah. Look at this website. Last chance. Everything $8. They are getting rid of everything. I bet they're even selling the things they have, like the furniture from the warehouse and like the coffee table from the break room. So if you had been thinking about Cover FX, this is the time, because they are bye, and they are going to be no longer. Again, I want to say I'm surprised, but I really am not. My husband is home with the lunch. Okay, I just wanted to pop in here. Now back to past Angie, but I feel like we needed to talk about this. Please let me know what you think about this. Are you surprised that Cover FX is closing down or not? I just wanted to pop in. Okay, back to past Angie. So that was everything that I had for this video. I am gonna go have lunch with my hubby. I hope you're gonna have an amazing weekend. Thank you so much for all the kind words on my release video. Thank you for all the kind words on SINGE Instagram. It truly means a lot to me. Makes me super excited. Remember, the collection launches today, and it will be on the SINGE Beauty website. I did forget, but I'll let you know now. Both I Feel Beautiful and Monolith has bought this collection. It will be available on their website, not at launch though, if you have been shopping for any of those websites. All the information will be down below. Again, thank you so much Factor for sponsoring this video. They have been a true lifesaver this week because I have not had any time to cook at all, and I have been able to eat nutritional and delicious all week. So definitely check them out down below as well. Again, have a great weekend. Wish me happy birthday, because again, this video is going up on my birthday, and I will see you in a new video next week. Bye.